Happy holidays to you and your family. Thank you so much for supporting my channel this year. If you're new to the channel, thanks for visiting. Today's episode is all about Lightroom Presets, my winter collection. It is my gift to you for this holiday season. In the description of the video, there will be a link where you can access these gorgeous presets. This video will walk you through how to use them to create stunning, gorgeous images with warmth and the colors of the season. So let's get started talking about presets. So first, when you download the presets that I'm gifting you in the description of this video, you'll want to download those to your computer or a hard drive. Then you'll come into Lightroom. I'm in Lightroom Classic, and you'll click the plus button. Import presets. This will take you to your files. You can select the file and then it will import. It will be called Winter Presets-LL, and it will be located under your user presets here in Lightroom Classic. If you're using the desktop or the web version of Lightroom, there's a preset option over on the right. Okay, so let's talk about how to use these presets and the benefits of a preset. So I like to start with a preset sometimes because it can give you additional ideas of how to edit an image. Usually a preset is impacting the colors in your image and sometimes the tonal qualities, often using a tone curve. So if you're new to editing, it's a great way to get ideas on alternative ways to edit an image using tone or color. So for example, with this image, this is the before, and this is the after using the deep pine green. You can see with that one, it just gives those greens a darker element and the reds a big punch. So if we look at the preset, we can see this tone curve here, and we can come down to the colors and see that under luminance, it's darkening the green, and under saturation, what it's doing there. Now, if I don't want the red to be so bright, I could always bring down that saturation. I like that. And so you can make adjustments after you've used your preset. Now, if we go down and look at some of the other presets, here's the holiday red. Now, this is giving us a true red and green image. And you can see under saturation, our red is really popped. I don't think we need that much, so I'm just going to scale that back to give us this really pretty image. We can see here how the tone curve is curved to really emphasize the shadows and the blacks, and I like that for this image. All right, so we've looked at the deep pine green, the holiday red. There's also warm pine green, so that's going to be a lot more with the yellow warm tones. There's warm winter, which is going to be brighter. And then there's, of course, a black and white option. There's lots of blue options, and we'll get to those in just a minute. So let's look at another example. And let me enlarge this image. We'll go to fit. So these were some branches with some beautiful bokeh and frost all over them. And so this is one using, this is the before. You can see there are some blue tones in the image. And so I selected Frosty Mood. We can see with this one, if we go to the color panel, there's really not much there. And if we go up to saturation, it's been increased. And you can see the midtones in our tone curve have shifted a little bit. Now we can go to icy blue, and that is giving us an entirely different look with our image. And you can see the tone curve shift. Also, the green is de-emphasized here. And here's our saturation. So the blues are much darker. We've removed all yellow cast, and there's some magenta as well as the blues have been darkened. So that's in the icy blue option. Now there's also the warm option, the black and white, which is very moody. You've got bright blues, which don't really work for this image. And you've got winter white and winter blues. Now winter blues could be a pretty selection. And what we may want to do is come down and just adjust the saturation on the blue, maybe so it's not quite so bright. Now, these presets do not have mask attached to them, so it is something that you would have to consider as you are editing. All right, let's look at another option. And with this one, Let's just start up this is the original image. Now this was shot with a Lens Baby lens to intentionally give it this kind of mysterious, soft glow. Now this would be with the frosty mood. I love how this brings out some greens and some red tones. There's also the icy blue, which definitely looks colder. And then we've got warm winter blue. And here's the bright lights. This one is one that really works with something that needs to be brightened up. And then here's winter white. So I really like this for this image, giving it a lot of softness. You can see the tone curve, how it's really raising in the highlights. Now with this, there's not some adjustments to the colors. So since we have red in our image, I'm going to come in and just pop that red and pop the luminance on the red because I want that to really stand out against all this gorgeous white. So I think that's really fun. All right, we can go look at one more. And I think this one is really interesting. So look at the before and look at what sunny winter green does, how it just makes those colors pop. Here's the icy blue. We've got warm winter. Here's the bright blue again. Winter white and winter blues is definitely really, really blue. So this image works with snow, with ice, really giving you a nice blue tint. But I think for this one, I really love this sunny winter green. This is a great one for outdoors. So you've got a nice tone curve. You've got a little bit of tint here on the magenta side. And then with our colors, we have a reduction in yellow and an increase in the blues. So I could pull that back if I didn't want as much blue, but I really like the depth that it's giving. So I hope you can see that using presets are going to give you an idea, a place to start, and then we could continue to edit this image. So one thing I may want to do with this image is actually crop it a little. I think it might look nice if it was tilted a little bit, kind of bring that over. And then I may want to actually add some detail using a mask. I'm going to use the Objects mask and make sure it's on the square. I'm going to come over and just highlight this section in the center. There we go. And I'm just going to add a little bit more texture to that, just to bring out a little bit more details and maybe a little clarity, just to make that pop a little bit more. And we could also decide if we wanted to increase the saturation just a little bit in that area. So there's before and after. We could also reduce the clarity if you wanted it softer. You kind of have to decide what makes sense to you. We could also make that area really soft and not as much of a focus. Another thing that we could do with this image is really do some light painting to enhance some of the light around the image, but I tend to think that I kind of like it the way it is. So I hope you will have fun playing with these winter presets. I've had these for a while and I use them year after year. They're just a great starting point when you are editing images that reflect the season of winter. So happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for supporting my channel this year. It has grown and grown, and I've really appreciated all your kind comments, notes, and well wishes. Thanks so much, and have a happy, happy new year.